Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to do something totally different. So, this is about cutting chicken into pieces. Like, my kids cannot do this, my children can't do this. And I'm always saying to them, they need to learn, but they're always like, oh, they can always buy the ones that have already been cut. Even my husband is like, why do you always do this? But for me, growing up, this was something that we used to do. I think I was like, by the age of 8, 9, I could do this because then, as little kids, we were the ones that they would give the chicken to for us to go and sort of like, boil water, remove the feather, and then cut up all the pieces. And at the end of the day, they will give us the feet, the head, instant style, and then that's how we just go and be cooking all day. We used to spend literally look forward to this, spend all day cooking all the things that they've given us, and then we will share, and then the older children will not we give you a little. No, it was such fun, living in my grandfather's house in Awachi. By the way, my grandfather is Ame Benomo, Haliru Ame Benomo. So if you're an Ame Benomo, you're most likely related to me. My grandfather died with 40, he left 40 children behind. So I have a lot of cousins. But anyway, this is how to cut this thing. First of all, you start from the side. This is the method I use a lot. Just take off the legs, and there's always a joint here, that a bone there. So if you're able to just get that joint, and then you can easily cut through. As kids, when we were much younger, we always used to struggle, to cut through the bone. But as I grew older, I realized that you can do this so much easily. So you cut that part off. The other side of the leg again, you do the same thing. This chicken was a bit frozen. I mean, it's cold here, so literally things in the fridge even get, sort of like frozen. So this was frozen. But here again, I'm cutting that other part again just to find a way through and get to that joint, and it's so that by the time I turn it over, I get to that joint, and it becomes so much easier to get through. Yes, so that's the bone there. That's that joint. So if you're able to just maneuver out of that joint, and then you can just easily cut it. Sure. So that's it. So the other thigh and drumstick, removed. So always look out for those bones. All over chicken, they have those joints. So if you're able to get those joints at their different places, it makes it easier. You come off to the hand also, the same thing. You cut through, but somehow I don't know why this chicken, it was a bit difficult for me getting it. It's almost as if the bones were like extended. I don't even know why it was. So it was a bit difficult for me finding, those joints there. But then, hey, yeah, you just go through it, and you see when it pops, the bone was a bit longer. So that was like, yes, there. You see that bone there. So that's what I don't know why it was just sort of like going in all the way, but always find those joints. Those joints are very critical. It makes it a whole lot easier. So, because I'm always saying to my kids, this I was like, I love to cut chicken. During celebration, Salah or anything, I could all the chicken. I do them. I sit down, especially when somebody is holding it for me. Pa, 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 pa. I could do 20 just sitting down and just butcher all them all. So on the other side again, also remove the hand, maneuver and find where the joint is, which is very important. And as soon as you get the joint, everything else becomes so much easier. Like I said before, this bone is protruding so much into inside. I don't know why it was doing that. Anyway, this chicken these days sometimes. Yeah, so that's that. That's the bone there. Always look for those joints. It just makes it easier. Now you have all this thing off. Sometimes normally you just take out the neck also, but this time I think I did more of. So look at this part. This is where you sort of like now go down and separate the chicken into two, and easily it comes off because there's a joint almost like the shoulder. You have the joint, and then here, this was when I was now cutting off the uh going to cut off the neck. The neck could have been done That could have been done before actually doing this on a normal basis, but you just hold your knife strongly and then just take it take it down. It's always nice those neck. And when we were little kids, those are the parts that we always get: the head, the feet. If we got neck, that was something. And now it's the kids that get the best part. They're the ones who actually need the protein. But when we were kids, come on, who is going to give you chicken? Chicken lab care. So it's just those parts that we always struggled to get, and it was so much fun. And then yes, there's this thing, the lungs. I remember they used to say that, oh, if you take the lungs, that you're gonna have cough. Is that also part of your the superstition they have in your tradition, in your custom? Did they also tell you that? But those were part of the things we were always told, that, oh, if you eat it, you're going to get caught. And then the other one of the gaba, that if it breaks, the meat is going to be bitter. But I see that a lot of people, they also have that. And then this, of course, cut it midway. I just love to have my chicken a bit smaller now, because you can do this. You can cut your chicken into 4 or 8 or 16. There's a way. You just follow those lines and get them there. But for me, normally, I love to have my chicken almost like bit size. So I am one person, I don't really like meat. I'm more of a fish person. And so if I'm going to take it, I want it to be small, small bit. I don't want to see big meat. I get just, it just puts me off. And as I get older, of course, now I eat more of the chicken breast. I usually didn't eat the chicken breast before. So I eat more of the chicken breast. And if you're also cutting the chicken breast, especially where the bone is, it's always easier to cut it from where the bone is down, rather than from the fleshy part to the bone. So in this case, for me, I just go ahead. Yeah, you see, so it's always easier. Cut it, just put it through there if you want to. So cutting it in bits and pieces, like, it's always easier for me. And then when I cook it, of course, it's easier for me to eat. So I just do the chicken breast, because now, as I get older, trying to eat white meat and all of that. So for me, this is, just getting them into bits and pieces. So it's almost like the way you have like beef. And I'm very picky with meat. If it's either grilled, it has to be that roasted, grilled, fried. If you boil it, nah, I'm not gonna eat it. Or you put it in soup, nah, I'm not eating it. Like, you have people, like, they will cook egusi soup with chicken or any soup. Nah, for me, it's something that and I can't eat it. So I'm very picky. So I usually could stay without even eating. Even the fried one, when it gets too much, I really don't. So I'm not really much of a meat person. So of course, this one, you can always separate the drumsticks and the drum thigh. There's also a joint there. Always use your hand to find that joint. Nice, getting out of the camera. So that's it. We're almost getting to the yes. So this one is just sliced through the joints. So always watch out for those joints. Yeah, those joints are very important. They make it easier so that you're not cutting through the bone itself. The same thing here again. Also, I'm gonna send this to my daughter. I'm doing this for my daughter. She was like, "Mommy, why? They will just buy drumsticks and all that." I'm like, just get the chicken, and so that you have the different variety. But I think I just love doing it. So it's something that I actually do. It's just fun for me. I could just sit down and just butcher a whole chicken and just get it on. So with the hand also, you take out the wings, and this one, the other part of it had already been taken out. So just cut this out here and just get it all out. So it must always, the places there are always joints. So if you're able to find these joints, it just makes it a whole lot easier for it to go on. This looks big. Yeah, need to cut it off, because I just love meat. For me, like, meat, when I see people, like, they have this huge big meat, I'm like, no, I literally like meat that are like bite size. Let me just pick it up. If I'm eating, let me pick it up, put it to food, and just eat it. Not that I'm fighting with meat, I'm struggling with it, I'm pulling it, it's pulling me. No, I just get tired, and I literally we get tired and just move on. So here you also just cut these bits pieces Also, and we're almost done. Yes. Just I don't know why the it looks as if I'm left-handed. Maybe because of the camera, the angle, the way the camera. But I'm not left-handed. I'm right-handed. But it literally looks as if I'm using my left hand to cut this. So I hope this has been helpful to someone after I did this. I hope somebody will find this useful and just be able to do this. But I just needed because I'm always telling my kids that I'm going to do some video for them to see how they're going to learn how to cut this chicken. And that's it. It's done. From that chicken to this, it's not rocket science. It can be done. You can do it. If you've never tried it, try it. Let me know in the comment section.